You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings by $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
There's a feeling a lot of homeowners share right now. Mortgage, always on time. Lots of equity. On paper, you're doing fine. But then the insurance bill lands. Property taxes, health care, child care, tuition. The math just isn't mathing. Unlock wants to talk about the squeeze American homeowners are feeling and what you can do about it. Start at unlock.com/equity. Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc., NMLS 2657081.
You've got social dialed in. Search is doing its thing. So why do your marketing results look the same as 6 months ago? That's because you're fishing in the same pond as everyone else. Podcast listeners are a different audience entirely. More engaged, harder to reach through traditional channels, and ready to act when someone they trust makes a recommendation. We're Acast, and we put them right in front of you. Browse thousands of the world's leading podcasts, book host reads or run your own ads, and track every conversion in real time. Same skills you already have, brand new results. Acast. Acast.com/advertise.
Welcome to episode 111 of Winging It, your 2026 Conference League winners. Done it again, lads.
Get in.
It's easy, this winning trophies, Lark.
You've actually just reminded me, saying the title, I was having a very strong debate with my brother. Are we the Conference League winners or are we the Conference League champions? What would you say? I mean, you obviously know what you think, Terence, because you've named the podcast winners.
Didn't we have this discussion when we won the cup, the FA Cup? Because I think I said champions and you're like, well, it is winners.
Yeah.
We are the champions of Europe.
My friends.
But we are the winners of the Conference League.
Yeah. I was adamant that it should be winners. So,
but if someone were to say Palace are champions, you wouldn't bat them down. Or would you?
Only if I had a bat.
and especially if it was your brother.
Yeah.
Shout out to Neil for real. Yeah. 12 and a half months, three easy for me to say, 3 trophies.
Where do we go from here?
I mean, probably the same route that Leicester have gone, I imagine.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa,
hey, come on. Hesketh, is that you?
I'm Mr. Positive today. I think we're winning the Europa League next year.
Oh, my God. I have booked accommodation.
Oh, I have yet to do that.
Yeah. All of that's fun and games to come again.
So funny. We went from me, my brother, and my sister having breakfast in Leipzig before we all went our separate ways. We were like, maybe we just don't do Palace anymore. Like maybe this is just this is the peak, and we don't do it anymore. It was like, maybe whatever. And next 24 hours later, I've booked rooms for Frankfurt. Don't worry, cancel the ball. It's all good. Yeah,
yeah, makes sense. Yeah, wonderful time. So. This podcast is going to work a little bit like a regular podcast and a little bit like a Conference League Chronicles. So I got some pre-match content and some halftime content. So we're going to imagine Victor Gyökeres doing a celebration. We're going to
You'll have to imagine it.
You'll have to imagine it. But yeah, sort of melding it together and see what we come up with. So a little bit of an intro from us and some pre-match interviews, and then we'll see how it works out, see how it comes together. Great. I'm going to start off with our journeys to Leipzig. So, Hesketh, me and you were very similar. You went the day before, flew into. Did we ever? It's not Rayclaw, so we've gathered it's not the Marvel villain Rayclaw.
It's not a Marvel.
No, I did Google it, and I've promptly forgotten, so I'm going to do it now. Well, according to Google, it's Wrocław. That's what it tells me. Wrocław.
That sounds like a saucy beer that Terence would drink.
Oh, well, I hate to tell you. Did I text you? I must have texted you guys this one. So yeah, we flew in, and then we went to dinner in a fairly traditional, food-wise Polish place, but they had loads of crafty beer on tap or whatever. And I ordered a bit of a rascal. After my time in the beer festival when I got honey, whatever.
Don't tell me it was the Tzatziki one.
It wasn't the Tzatziki one. I definitely because I've just found the message and I ended the message with "Sorry, Albert" in capital letters. It was a coffee stout.
Make your mind up.
It's quite good. It was quite good.
As I said, this is the moment in the Matrix when Neo's looking at the staircase on the trains. And then he turns around to face Agent Smith. This is Hesketh. And Morpheus goes, "He's beginning to believe." Next thing you know, Albert's
plugging me right back into the Matrix.
Mr. Anderson. And remember.
Imagine if they cast Gary Byfield as Agent Smith. That would be amazing.
Listen. We might have some very exciting news about Terry Byfield.
Does he like coffee stout?
Save it.
There might be some exciting news. You'll have to wait for the interviews.
Albert, and Terence, would you like to hear some of the other beers that were on offer that I didn't go for?
Definitely.
That I didn't go for, Albert. I can see you judging me already. There is a strawberry compote sour. Vanessa had that.
Sounds good.
Strawberry coulis.
There was a hazy IPA called Galazzo.
Got to go for that. Come on.
I would have been tempted by that just because of the name.
There was a blackcurrant marmalade sour ale called a Funky Fluid. And then there was an oat cream double IPA and a mango apricot Vezian. I don't know what that is.
Wow.
So I had the coffee.
So glad I didn't travel with you. for many reasons.
Hey.
But how was your passenger princess drive across to Leipzig?
Good. So we were in like a 12-person minibus thing, which was fine until we got to some very windy roads when we were going on a detour because there was like a massive traffic jam on the main road. I don't drive, so I don't know how close we were to toppling over into a ditch, but it felt like it the entire time. So shout out Nick for driving well. But the one thing that we did do, we stopped after we went across the border into Germany, into Gorlitz, I think it was called. We got out to stretch our legs and have a drink, and we went into the first place we saw, which was this really fucking weird, like coffee and cake shop, but it had like what are they called? Like a mannequin dressed up like she was an old Victorian woman, which was quite weird. And it was cash only, and the bloke in there hated us.
Because you're a mannequin.
Well, he looked a bit like Terry Byfield actually, just in a petticoat. Anyway, we ended up. So we paid. He got the arse of all of us, and we drank our coffee and left. Meanwhile, one of us was Googling this place to see if he just hated English people or whatever. Every review is 1 star. No, like the bloke is creepy. The bloke's a piece of shit. I don't know why the guy owns a shop. He seems to hate people. It was definitely a front. Listen,
like laundering money.
the bloke's like 75 years old, but the fact that he's got a shop and he doesn't want anyone in it, very dodgy.
He's, if you look at his books, he sells 140 coffees an hour.
So yeah, that was our little stop off, and then we went straight into Leipzig, which was fairly easy. How was yours?
So none of this traffic jam nonsense that you speak of. Put it in the sat nav. It said it was going to take me 4 hours and 5 minutes if I drove direct. Done it in less than that with a stop.
Nice.
Brum, brum, brum on the Autobahn in my little Toyota Yaris rental.
Let's go.
Yeah. I wish the Toyota Yaris did go a little bit more. But it did the job though. It got us there. Me and my sister just listening to a bit of System of a Down, bit of Queens of the Stone Age, going back to all the albums we loved together when we were kids. So
nice.
bit of a trip down memory lane. Absolutely loved it. Flew through, got to Leipzig, checked into our sauna of a hotel, which hopefully we're going to get refunded because it was horrendous. And straight into Vapiano's, which is I think there's a couple in England, but absolute German staple. Like they're everywhere in Germany. Make pasta right in front of you, right there, fresh. All pizza the same.
Do they let you eat it?
It's just like really pasta tease. No, but yeah, so really, really smooth journey. Really enjoyed it, and yeah, glad I didn't go on the Monday. Now you speak of this traffic jam. Different road for you, though, Albert.
Yeah, I didn't speak to anybody who went the same way in all my. How'd you get? Everyone did something different, including me and the 3 other members of my family. We didn't travel together. We all went completely separately. I had a stopover, if you can call it that, in Brussels, which, I've never really done connecting flights before. And it said there was 50 minutes between the flights, which I thought, well, that's all right. I've only got hand luggage. How difficult can it be? But obviously that's 50 minutes from when the plane literally touches down. We landed about 15 minutes late, and obviously it takes 10 minutes to get off the plane. So, I mean, half the plane were doing it, but there was a right Home Alone 2 scramble through the airport, through passport security. There was 2 people checking passports, and then there was obviously I guess it's like a VIP staff / disabled lane that none of us were in. Somebody went up the front, some European chap who started basically trying to demand he got let through, which meant one of the people had to come out of the passport office to deal with him. And it was like, there's only one person checking these things. And it was proper dicey. Then we all started getting texts saying from Brussels Airlines saying, we're looking for people to take €250 to not get on the plane and go tomorrow. It's like, fucking hell. So it was really dicey, and I needed a wee, which I managed to stop and do half of before going to the gate. But I was at the front of the plane, and at the front of the first plane, and I got on just in time. And there was an old boy who we noticed on the first flight who had a frame, and so we were like, "Fucking hell, is that old boy going to make it? Because he can't exactly run." And then he appeared, and as he came down the aisle, he walked past me, and I went up the palace, and bless him, he went up the palace as he made his way to the seat at the back. Other than that, it was all plain sailing. It was a doddle. So yeah, I flew into Berlin, got in about 10:15 on Tuesday night. Met my brother, a couple of pints, head down, train to Leipzig. We met Dad in Berlin, and yeah, all convened and very quickly stumbled into you lot. So yeah, not too bad, but slightly more stressful than I'd hoped. A
little brief media watch interlude as well. Didn't you speak to Talk Sport at some point on the Tuesday night?
Oh yeah, Talk Sport wanted to chat at 11:40 UK time, which was 12:40 German time, and I was speaking to Paul Ross, and for the first 10 minutes I was consoling him about West Ham going down. Then when we started talking about the game, he kept referring to it as the game tonight, and I'd had a couple of beers and I was tired, and it really threw me. I was like, yeah, but it's not tonight because I've got to go to bed. And then I realised it was a pre-record for him to put out just after midnight his time, but I kept saying tomorrow. It was very confusing. It was all a bit much, to be honest. But And then I had to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning to do speak to Aaron on BBC London, which was way more straightforward because it was definitely the same day.
Okay. Nice. Good work. So we all met up in Leipzig at that point and headed to Paulaner. Well, me and you did, Albert. Met Hesketh just around the corner. Yeah. Great pre-match atmosphere. Beers flowing, sun shining.
Schnitzels flying round. There literally was.
There was. I mean, Paulaner was so impressed with us. They actually sent us an email to thank us for what great customers we were, because we'd booked us. We told them that there's going to be circa 70 of us, and they was like, "You can have the courtyard." And then they were probably just, it's probably a low bar that they was just super happy that we were polite to their staff and paid the bill.
That was the hardest part, trying to give them fucking money.
Yeah. But no, bless them. They tried that. They tried their best to serve us. But they were great. Yeah.
There was flags. There was flags up on the wall. There was all sorts. It was great.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to remember everyone who came over and chatted to us to say hi. A Toronto Palace fan came over, didn't he, and spoke to us for a bit.
Very nice chat.
Someone whose brother works with Dougie Friedman come and spoke to me for a bit. Oh, I wish I could remember names. I've drunk a lot of alcohol from that point to now.
Shame about the 6 people that came over and told us just to fucking stop.
Stop doing what you're doing. That's awful.
That was a shame.
Yeah. I think like it was across the 24 hours-ish that we were in Leipzig. I think it's the most people have ever come to talk to me about the podcast. And it was very nice. People were like super friendly. And I think especially as the night went on after the game and people were a lot more pissed and they were just prepared. They just didn't care about looking cool or whatever. I had loads of people chatting to me in the evening, and yeah, it was really, really nice. So, a few people as well donated prizes to the raffle for the bike ride that I did, which I don't want to dwell on and talk about here. I'll maybe talk about it later down the line at some point, but yeah, it was an experience, that was. My backside has still not recovered, as a lot of people who were at Paulaner would have seen my backside.
68 of the 70 people at Paulaner haven't fucking recovered either.
That has jogged a memory that I tried to repress in the deep caverns of my mind. Was you saying, "Do you want to see a picture of my arse?"
Do you remember saying yes, though? Do you remember saying yes?
No, I don't remember saying yes.
I don't remember saying yes either, and yet somehow we both still saw it.
No, whoa, that's not true.
I didn't see it. Your brother was extremely keen.
He was in love with it, yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's recovering.
If you could have photoshopped one of the cheeks to be a shade of blue, it would have been sort of quite, it's like face paint on a cup final day. It would have been.
It was awful. It was really, really awful. But I'm okay, and I did thoroughly enjoy it, and we'll talk about it in more depth at later night. And the draw for the raffle will be done at some point in the next couple of days. So you start to hear if you've won a prize. So
rumours are first prize is a A3 signed photo of
my backside.
Yeah, on a flag.
No, mate, honestly, there's some fucking brilliant prizes in it. So everyone's sponsored yet, you've still got some time. 20 quid gets you in. I think I'm at 4,300 raised now, which...
very well done.
Yeah, happy with that. So, yeah, and a record-breaking total from everyone who did it as well. We're up 55,000 and counting at the moment, which is a record for the bike ride. So, yeah, brilliant stuff. Right, so now we're going to do some pre-match interviews, that content that was recorded out there. So it's going to start with me and you, Albert. I think it's about 10 minutes of me and you chatting in the courtyard.
Oh, God.
With some exciting Terry Byfield news mixed in.
Oh God.
Oh, God. Do you want to talk about the T-shirt you were wearing?
Yeah, if you like. It was too late to do a flag. Bank holiday fucked me over, but obviously in light of the Spygate drama that unfolded, and the fact that I'm sort of between jobs at the moment, I managed to Photoshop Terry Byfield behind a tree, wearing a sombrero for some reason. I don't know why I put a sombrero on him, and a Rayo Vallecano banner across the fence, and I just wrote "and remember" under it, and for a mere 45 quid managed to get it printed on a t-shirt.
A mere 45 quid.
Well, very quickly, I was trying to find someone to put it on a flag, couldn't do it. Trying to find someone to do it on a t-shirt on Bank Holiday Monday. Desperately trying to avoid snappy snaps. Other bad photo printing recipes available. They charged $27.99 to print on a t-shirt with the t-shirt provided. And I thought, you know what, I'll provide my own t-shirt. I went there and they did it, and they said, "Oh, look, well, because you provided your own t-shirt, it ain't $27.99." I was like, okay, how much did they went? Oh, it's $24.99. Right. T-shirt cost me 20 quid. So well worth it though, and it's going to a good home.
It's going to a very good home, as you will hear. So you're going to hear me and Albert chatting for about 10 minutes, then talking to Sam Murley, who made quite the impressive trip to Leipzig for the day, and then got about 7 or 8 minutes or so of chatting to Doc Brown, and then we'll be back after that.
Right, I'm here with Albert in the courtyard of Paulina, where we're on European tour, but something very exciting just happened before we get into any sort of chat. Explain your t-shirt first of all.
Well, I mean, it's a stitch up because it's an audio only, isn't it? I've somehow managed to crowbar a t-shirt with Terry Byfield's face on it. He may or may not be superimposed onto the photo of the spy at the Middlesbrough training ground, but and then look, it's happening. It's developing in front of us, and we've now got live feedback that. I mean, I'm going to take it that Terry Byfield likes that.
So the picture's been shared with Terry Byfield of the t-shirt, to which he said, "Oh my God," and we've offered it to him. And he said, "Thanks, limited edition." You need to message him back now and says he can have it if he comes on winging it.
Yeah.
And that's the only way he gets his hand on it.
And pays 100 quid. No.
We'll pay him 100 quid.
Well, I mean, the t-shirt cost me 45. That's all I'm saying. Last minute turnaround. With some Rayo Vallecano fans coming in, getting booed, and then getting welcomed back in again.
There is. I've seen a German guy with a Palace bucket hat popping around. I don't know what he keeps doing. He said, "Do you want some?" And he keeps pointing his fingers to his nose, but I don't know what that means.
Do you want some secrets?
Yeah, I know they do that menthol stuff here, which they snort up their nose. I think it might be that.
I saw a guy in a Rayo Vallecano shirt at Berlin tube station, Berlin train station, Zone 6. I saw a guy at Berlin train station in a Rayo Vallecano shirt and a Bulgaria bucket hat.
Bangarang.
Yeah, exactly that. This is what happens.
That's a Eurovision reference there, in case you missed it.
Yeah, well, I did miss Eurovision. So,
mate, Bulgaria won it.
So my wife was working in Bulgaria at the time.
Yeah.
And she was working in Sofia where they won the league. And she messaged me one night saying, "I'm trying to get to sleep, but everyone keeps beeping their horns." And then I sent her pictures of the celebration at the stadium when they won the league, and that kind of explained it.
I was beeping my horn at the Bangaranga singer, let's be honest.
Again, I'll have to, is it still on red? Is it still on red button?
Potentially.
Hey, talking of things that are red, how's your arse?
Well, quite a lot of people have now seen a picture of my arse.
Yeah, whether they said yes or not to the question, "Do you want to see a picture of my arse?" Me being one of them.
Based on doing a cycle and being like, "Hey, my arse," me saying to you, "My arse is in a bad way."
Yeah.
Was the picture worse or better than you would have expected?
Probably worse. I've got to be honest. I mean, it was a favourable angle. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it was still a sort of PG-13 angle. But still quite graphic.
PG-13 is what I was aiming for.
Yeah, but maybe we'll stick that on a T-shirt for next year's European
very
tour.
limited edition
T-shirt. Fucking very limited.
But no, it was the worst thing about that is that was after the first night. I had to get back on the saddle the next day on that. But
did you not take a picture at the end of the second day?
No, mate. I was just wasn't in the right frame of mind.
No, too busy kicking the corner flag. I'm sure Linda wouldn't have minded giving you a hand.
She did rub in pseudo cream, to be fair to her. So,
fair play, man. What an image.
Through sickness and through health, I think you say on your wedding day.
Yeah.
But alas, we are here in Leipzig finally. The last day we can sing "We're All Going to Leipzig."
I know. It's very surreal, and I've not done as many away games as I'd hoped, and I feel like this is my ultimate right of reply, having to listen to all the shit that you and Hesketh and then my brother have been piling on me and all the other away legs. But I'll be the bigger man.
Yes. And how was your journey here? What did you do? What was your route?
I flew from Heathrow to Brussels, and then I was told I had a 50-minute window to get my connection to Berlin. But when your plane lands 20 minutes late, and it takes 10 minutes to get off a plane, that window drastically reduces, so it was all a bit fucking hairy, to be honest, and half the plane was doing it.
Wait, we got an important update. Oh my god,
stop it.
We've said so Terry Byford has been messaged about the T-shirt, and it says apparently you may need to appear on the Winging It podcast in order to be presented with the T-shirt. And he has said, I'm sure that can be arranged.
Drop him a pin. Get him in now.
What's the Steve Carell from The Office? It's happening. Everybody calm down. It's happening.
Wow.
Oh, God.
This is the day.
We don't even need to win the trophy anymore.
I don't care now. I might go home now. Beat the rush.
We've lifted it. It's amazing. What a day.
It's all come together.
It's all come together perfectly.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was a bit of a scramble to get on our connected flight. The window of time reduced significantly, and there was people at the back of the plane. We were like, they're not going to make it. And bless him, there was an old boy. We were like, fuck, is that old boy going to make it? I got on the plane quite late, 95% full, and then this old boy 2 minutes later appeared, and he had a walker, bless him. Fuck knows how he'd done it. And he walked past me, and I went, up the palace, mate, and he just went, up the palace. It's like,
and then you realise it was me post-bike ride.
Yeah, he had a really red arse, like an orangutan. I thought I recognised that picture from somewhere.
Fucking bamboo. Not bamboo, what the fuck? Baboon. Bamboo.
Yeah, no one necessarily got a face like a baboon's arse, but it's actually just got an arse like a baboon's arse.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I flew to Poland last night, back to the scene of the crime from Krakow.
Wow.
I went to Wrocław again.
Wow.
Drove across this morning, my first ever experience of the Autobahn.
Fun?
I was just very sad that I was driving a rental Toyota Yaris.
Oh, yeah, because you can kill it on the Autobahn, right?
I mean, it was fine. I got up to 170 kilometres an hour. It was pretty good. Wish I could. I'm
trying to transfer that into old money. What's that? 100?
Over 100.
Yeah,
100 something. But
don't do that down 14 High Street when you get home, will you?
Next thing you do is you look back and there's a car way in the distance in your mirrors, and then all of a sudden it's on your ass,
flashing you up,
and it's an Audi just fucking flying.
Of course,
I should have got one of those.
Yeah,
but no, brilliant driving.
And how long was the drive?
4 hours with a stop.
Wow,
brilliant! Just flew through, tuned in the car.
You and your sister?
Yeah, me and my sister. A bit of System of a Down first. Nice. Really get the juices pumping. Then we went through. First album. Second.
I'm already out of my depth here.
Second album on the way home.
Right.
That's where Chop Suey comes into the mix.
Fine.
Bit of garage, bit of grime, bit of trance, bit of dance.
4 hours, mate. You can do whatever you like.
Exactly. So. But we're here in Leipzig, European final. How you feeling?
I was saying it to Penny, and I was saying it to your sister. There's a weird lack of nerves for me. You sort of think back over a year to the FA Cup final, and that was very, very heavy. Obviously, still a great day, and I was trying to enjoy it for what it was. But a genuine sense of nerves, and we've done that twice before, and we were playing City, and you're like, look, if we come out of here only getting beaten 2-1, will have made a good representation of ourselves. Obviously, we know how that story ended. This feels, I wouldn't say there's a detachment, but it's like this is so unknown. I've been to an FA Cup final before last year. None of us have been to a European final before, and it kind of feels like I don't know how you feel, but it feels to me like it's more like a day out. And I know there's wider implications. If we win it, we go into Europe again. It's good for the club. It probably offers up better managerial options and signings and financial options. But it does. This feels more like I feel more aligned. The feeling in my tummy, it's more close to the Community Shield than the FA Cup.
So you can't see yourself going into shock and having to go home and
hopefully not
sleep on the sofa like Winnie the Pooh.
No. Because that means everybody will see my arse because they're going to have to take my trousers off again. I don't know, but I'm sure as we get nearer, as the game unfolds, all those feelings will come in. But at the moment, it's just it's such an experience that everybody here, the people that you know, the people that you don't know, none of us have done this before, and I think that's the thing that maybe sets it apart from the FA Cup. But I mean, scenes if we win.
Scenes if we win, indeed. So all that's left is after we've both arrived today, so we've seen the videos of the trouble that occurred yesterday. Where we are, these seats, people flinging around bar seats.
I've never seen a fight in a European cafe square where chairs would have to be picked up by two people at the same time. 2-man lift.
It weighs a fucking ton.
Yeah, no, my back's twinging just thinking about it. So no, I'll maybe frisbee one of those beer mats at someone. Yeah. I think that's about as rowdy as I've got in me.
Okay, brilliant. Well, maybe we'll chat later after the final whistle from the fans' first seats where we are together.
Yeah.
With Hesketh, no less. The three of us.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Imagine that.
Oh, fuck, I might see if I can swap. Can I swap with anyone?
Okay, so I've got maybe not the longest journey to Leipzig with me, but definitely one of the craziest journeys. I've got Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, talk us through your journey. This is fucking bananas.
So I left Hong Kong last night, 11:35 Hong Kong time. Flew into Frankfurt in Germany, landed about 6:45 German time, and then hopped on a plane to Berlin, and then hopped on a train down to Leipzig. So coming up on about 24 hours now since I left Hong Kong. Yeah.
And when do you go back to Hong Kong?
Tomorrow afternoon, fly back. Yeah. So a quick turnaround.
One night in Leipzig.
One night in Leipzig. Yeah, that's it. Flying stop, literally. Yeah.
And of course, you're not from Hong Kong, are you?
No, I'm not. No, I'm a South London boy. Yeah. Croydon, Bromley way. Yeah.
Via Bermuda for a bit.
Via Prague for a bit, via Bermuda for a bit, and via Hong Kong, and soon to be via Thailand as well. So yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So incredible journey and mental.
Yeah. Pretty crazy, but I missed the FA Cup final, so for me, this is kind of redemption for that because I couldn't get out of work, so it's had to be done. Yeah. Worth the journey, hopefully.
I also remember a few years back at the Euros, you coming back for the final, and then getting COVID and not being allowed out of quarantine.
Yeah. So I got a bit lucky with that. Yeah, so I ended up going to some of the group games, sort of semi-final, and then I'm unfortunately tested positive for COVID a couple days before the final. So
and I sold your tickets to my mate, and his dad.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah,
and his dad got COVID and ended up in a coma.
Oh no!
From the final.
Shouldn't laugh at that, but yeah.
No, he's fine. He survived. Everything's fine. He survived. And he was just like, he kept phoning me. He was like, "Are you sure you know this guy?" And he's legit. I was like, I swear to you, I know the guy. That 100% legit. And he was very, very happy. And don't worry, he could afford it as well. He's fine.
I'm glad someone can go anyway.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thankfully, we didn't win, so it's all right.
So, like the rest of us, is your Raul Vallecano knowledge limited?
No, a little bit. I've been reading up on him. I watched a few of their highlights and stuff just to try and get a bit of an image to it. To be honest, I think a lot like Fiorentina and Shakhtar, I think it might suit us.
Yeah.
I see they press quite high. They front-footed, like to go through it. They don't really sit back, so hopefully, if you can break the press through Wharton and stuff, I think Sarr might have a good evening. I think he'll have a lot of space in behind. And I know they don't sit back even against the big boys, Real Madrid, Barca, so they still went for it. Create a lot of chances. Don't always, a bit like us really, don't always score them. I think we're the top 2. I hate the term XG, but I think we're the top 2 for missing our chances. So yeah, it should be a good game. I wouldn't say I'm wholeheartedly confident as some people might be, but hopeful. I think it's the legit.
I think XG is such a weird stat, isn't it?
It
seems so accurate a lot of the time, and then you see like this season in the North East alone, you've had both Sunderland make Europe when they should be getting relegated, and Middlesbrough getting promoted. No, was it Hull maybe? It was Hull. Should be getting relegated if it got promoted. Yep. So it's quite accurate sometimes, but there are exceptions.
And it's also so for someone I was talking about it earlier about like Jeremy Pino. People are saying he's had a poor season, but if Mateta could have scored goals in the first half of the season, I think he would have had 8 or 9 assists. So sometimes the stats do actually count for something, right?
You've been missing it as well in terms of live, like. The last 2 Pino disallowed goals have been absolute limbs.
Bless him.
And is this your food that's alright? Not yet. There's schnitzels flying around everywhere, typical Germany.
I'll take them, but they're not mine, no.
But no, it's like absolute limbs, and then they get disallowed. It was like the one on the weekend against Arsenal was you watch it back and you're like, it does touch Gessam. You're like, it's the right decision, but for vibes.
I feel sorry for him. He's had a couple of them, where he's like, he's kind of in the nearly man this season. He's had a few like bright moments. Do you think he'd feel like 1 or 2 of them have gone in? I think his confidence would have gone through the roof. I mean, he's in the Spain squad for God's sake, so there's something there, and the fact that we've got 1 player in the Spain squad and we don't got any, it tells you there's something in there, right?
He's absolutely right. You don't get called up to the Spain squad if you're shit.
No, that's too right.
I think next season will be the year for Pino where it all comes together. So
same as Brendan, hopefully as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Different formation, maybe. No, not at all.
Yeah, and he got 18 goals last season. There's a player in there somewhere,
and in a shit team as well. So and I say that to my wife being a Tottenham fan, so she won't mind that. I don't think.
So hopefully everyone's happy in your household this
weekend. I think relieved. Relieved.
But anyway, great effort in your journey. Well done, mate. And really great chatting to you. Right, we're still in Palau. What is this? A courtyard?
Yeah, it's a beautiful courtyard. Blue sky, lovely bit of architecture. We're in a courtyard packed full of Palace fans, red and blue everywhere. You can look. It's just a gorgeous sight.
Yeah, ominously looked over by a flag that's got JD's face on it as well.
He's kissing a laptop. I'm sure that's relevant to some Daily fans out there.
Yeah, lost it in Larnaca, left it on the plane, and then
lost it in Larnaca is definitely a chapter in his memoirs.
So I've got Ben Bailey-Smith here, and he's got a chant. You've got a chant. You're determined to make it work.
I am determined. You know why? I wouldn't do this if I thought it was shit. But it came to me in a dream. It was like that weird moment where you're like half asleep, half awake. And I never remember anything from dreams. But I sort of woke up and I was like, holy shit, I remember not just the tune, I remember the lyric. And I thought it must be because it exists and it doesn't exist. I made it up. But it's the Peep Show theme tune for anyone who can remember. The Harvey Danger tune. Flagpole Sitter, brilliant theme tune, very rocky, very football, and it's never been utilised. And the thing that I feel about Palace is we're great at starting chants and everyone nicks the tunes. I mean, fair play, we probably nick them from the Bundesliga, but we start a lot of shit, right? We start a lot of shit, and then the Prem nicks it, and then it's old hat. So I think let's get back to starting tunes, but let's start something that no one's doing.
Right, okay, so a lot of people would have given you some, are you going to do a tune based on the FA Cup last season, 2016?
Didn't think it was necessary.
No Conference League one, but this is going to be the replacement.
I didn't think it was necessary because, you know what, so many people have come up to me on the streets of Leipzig today and yesterday and said, you know what, we've been playing one more game and it works perfectly for the Conference League. I was like, that's why I didn't write a third song. It would have been overkill.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the chant then? How's it go?
So here we go. Here he goes. 2, 3, 4. We're the Palace, everybody knows we're the Eagles. And we shit on the seagulls. We'll follow you wherever you go. 2, 3, 4. Oh, we sing for you. Win or lose, we're red and blue. And then round again.
Yeah, it can work.
It's strong. I think it's strong. I wouldn't push it if I didn't think it was strong.
No, it can 100% work. We're currently being. Is this an exhibition of a Daichi Kamada Japan shirt being stripped off? Yeah, it's very, very nice. That's the great wave version of the Japan shirt.
That's such a sick shirt.
Yeah, it's very, very good. So, European final, mate.
Oh my God. I don't know how to feel. I mean, it's so weird because I got here early the day before, and obviously yesterday I didn't have to do anything except be a part of what appeared to be a Crystal Palace carnival in a German city. Do you know what I mean? So there's nothing to think about. It was just like pure fun. And then today is obviously it's a slightly different atmosphere because we got the same big loved up vibe going around all the Eagles that you see, but there's something very serious looming with every minute that ticks by. It's so mad to think about, but we're here and I'm determined to enjoy every minute of it, win or lose. I've not been thinking about the ifs. I know we can start thinking about Europa League and attracting all these new players and a great new manager, and we can also start thinking about losing it and falling apart and losing our manager and losing all our best players. I'm not going to think about either of those ifs. I just need to be present tonight.
Yeah, live in the moment.
Yeah, I need to be present.
Learned that very much so at the FA Cup. It was just like, this is it. It's what we dream of. It's like the hope and all of that kind of stuff is far more important than the actual doing. It's like hope is what makes you as a football fan.
Yeah,
right?
and unfortunately, it's also what kills you.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I went to Wembley that day convinced we would lose. Not because I truly believed we would lose, but for my emotions I thought it was easier to go to that. I felt the same about Villa. I was like, it's easier to go into this game assuming we will lose, anything else is a bonus. I don't feel that way about tonight because I think we're every bit the equal of our opponents, but there's such an unknown quantity because I don't watch enough La Liga that I am nervous, and from what I'm told from my Spanish friends, they're a bit like a Palace of that league, which means they could turn it on. But if they're a bit of a Spanish Palace, that's still just a facsimile of the real Palace, which is us.
If they're a Spanish Palace,
we turn it on, they can't live with us.
Yeah, and if they're a Spanish Palace, all their fans are sitting around going somewhere, we're going to lose 1-0. And I've also been heard to Vallecano as the Croydon of Madrid, so
it's just
lots of similarities.
Yeah, right on the outskirts, and they beat Atletico this season, and I think that was their big statement. I think they got a point off Real as well. It's huge for them, but then they'll fuck around and lose to like Getafe.
Of course. Well, hopefully we'll do it, bring it over the line, and we can then fight off AC Milan for Iriola.
Oh my God! Can you imagine? Like I said, I don't want to imagine, but like Europa League next season with a great manager, some exciting new players, it would be incredible. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I will always have this. I felt with the FA Cup final, I'll always have that, and I was satisfied. But then I'm a Palace fan of a certain vintage. I think if you're a kid, maybe you're like, wait a minute, I need Europa, then I need Champions League. Fair enough. But for me, I am very happy with where I'm at right now, and nothing can ruin it. I think the only thing that will ruin it is if we just don't show up tonight, and I can't see that.
Listen, it's written in the stars. We win tonight in Leipzig, we win the Europa League next season in Frankfurt, and the following season the Champions League in Munich.
So you're basically saying we take over Germany?
German sweep.
We are German. Wow. That's huge. I mean, I love this country, so I would love that for sure. Munich and Berlin, incredible cities. I've really enjoyed Leipzig though. What have you made of it?
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's
super peaceful, right? It's like chill.
Very, very much so. But there's been a lot of mowing of grass going on. My hay fever's fucked.
Okay.
I don't know. But look, thanks for chatting.
Pleasure.
Enjoy the game.
I will try.
Up the Palace.
Up the fucking Palace.
There's a feeling a lot of homeowners share right now. Mortgage, always on time. Lots of equity. On paper, you're doing fine. But then the insurance bill lands. Property taxes, healthcare, childcare, tuition. The math just isn't mathing. Unlock wants to talk about the squeeze American homeowners are feeling and what you can do about it. Start at unlock.com/equity. Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc., NMLS 2657081.
Do you keep hearing podcast ads, like this one, for example, but always wonder how you actually get involved with them for your own brand or organization? Well, it's easier than you think. We're Acast, and we give you the platform to do it all yourself. Browse thousands of popular podcasts, choose the shows that match your perfect audience, set your budget, and launch. And if you want a hand, our podcast specialists are there to help you launch with confidence. This is podcast advertising without barriers. Get started at acast.com/advertise.
I'd like to pretend that I've listened to that content that you just listened to, but I have like big anxiety whenever I see the clips on my phone. I was like, oh, I spoke to some people and I don't really remember doing it. So I'll just play it instead. So I don't.
We don't record these things to listen back to our own voices.
Yeah, but no, I hope you enjoyed that. So then we start getting towards the stadium, and then the first up off the bat, the walk to the stadium. If you haven't seen the video of which someone's filmed from the top floor of a building, which just shows the length and depth of Palace fans walking to the stadium, just shows how many of us were out there and how incredible it was. And, you know, there's been a lot of Brighton and Millwall and Charlton fans and everything like trying to be chatting a load of bollocks about the Conference League means nothing and blah blah blah, and having ultras is cringy and all of that like nonsense. But as I've said on Twitter, we've had 12 months that those blokes can only fucking dream of. And as I said, the only way you can create what we did in Leipzig in that walk to the stadium is with fucking AI, because there's no other way that you guys can even dream about doing it, let alone actually do it. And yeah, Hesketh, it looked incredible, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked amazing. I wasn't in it. We decided to walk as a sort of our group of mates walk up there together. But seeing all the videos back and, people, it's the sort of thing you see teams in Europe do, and you're like, oh, that looks cool. And you have people like leaning out of their windows and their block of flats filming it and cheering and whatever. And like you say, just how deep that group was, how deep the crowd is when they were moving up the main street, looked amazing. And we've said it before with the tifos and stuff like that, but people can say that we're Tim Pot and it's cringy and all that shit, but we know the truth. We've seen the sterilised atmospheres in the Premier League for years now, and to see Palace again be at the forefront of proper fan culture is great. So much as I wasn't, it would have been nice to be part of it. Seeing it as a whole, online was just as good. I think it was really good, really fun.
Yeah, brilliant. Like, just fucking great work, and call it cringe all you like. It was incredible. And yeah, I think that's, again, just another step in the direction of gaining respect on the continent from a lot of clubs from around who have seen us and experienced what our fans are like abroad. Are just, hang on, this isn't English fans. With particularly since Fiorentina, effectively, we've seen those sort of comments. And yeah, I know whose opinions I respect more than your Arsenal fans or your Manchester United fans, and particularly your Brighton and Millwall and Charlton fans. But yeah, excellent stuff. Which of course gets us to the stadium, Albert. Which, I mean, what a stadium!
Phenomenal.
Like, it's really, and it's kind of similar to a lot of German stadiums, but just like the efficiency of how it's set up, and like, because there's no segregation and you can just walk around the whole stadium, it just creates so much space for refreshments. So you're not queuing 5 hours for a beer or having to wait ages for toilets or anything like that. Just anything you need to do, you can basically do it now.
100%. I mean, yeah, it was just, a beautiful evening. Obviously, the weather's fantastic and the spirits are obviously generally quite high. But yeah, like just looking at it as a football stadium, take the event out of it. I mean, I'd what I would give for a stadium like that in Crystal Palace Park or something like that. I mean, obviously we love Selhurst is ours, and it is what it is. But that was, I'm surprised was it only 40,000? Is it only 40,000 in there?
47, I think.
47,000. I mean, it feels much bigger, like you say. There's just so much room, and to think that like Wembley holds, almost roughly twice that. But it felt just such an epic space, and it just made for a great atmosphere at both ends of the stadium. The Rayo fans were fantastic, the Palace atmosphere was fantastic, and a proper football occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. But of course, it's like it was a day where it meant so much to everyone in the stadium, and I spoke a lot with Rayo fans, and there was a lot of like, we could see ourselves in each other, like it was a lot of similarities there. And because of that, I did see one tweet that was getting loads of retweets from Palace fans of a guy saying, I've been going to football for all these years, listed off a bunch of games he's been to and said, this is probably the best atmosphere I've ever been in.
Wow.
And said that I've never heard fans sing louder than the Palace fans. And I mean, that doesn't surprise me, given there was one point when we were singing When I Was a Young Boy. And when it was Here We Are, United by a Noise, was like, it's like I thought my eardrums are going to pop. It was just utterly ridiculous. And to hear like neutrals in the stadium who were just like, I think he called both sets of fans thirsty. And that's why we were so like into it. And it just did create an incredible atmosphere, and maybe it wouldn't be like that if it's your regular home game in a day on a stadium like that, and it's not a game that means that much. Maybe the stadium would have felt a little bit emptier and not as loud, but that stadium for the game it was perfect and really did make for an incredible backdrop to what was a brilliant evening for everyone, even the Rayo fans who end up losing the game. I mean, they had a banner ready for their defeat, which talks about losing the game. So,
what a banner for everything!
They did.
Looked up, it changed.
Yeah, it was incredibly impressive, and I'm definitely going to make an effort to get out to one of their home games, because I think we'd be very welcome there, based on the relationships that were formed across the night. So, across a couple of nights out there.
Well, I'll tell you about my journey back to the hotel.
The display from the Holmesdale Fanatics, another classic dropped in. We've talked about it on the previous pod that we spoke to the HF. Is logistically, it's really hard to get things done, especially when you're in Europe, when you're at home, let alone in Europe. And again, you've got it nailed again. Another image of a young Palace fan replicated on a banner, and then, harking towards us surviving liquidation in the past, winning the FA Cup, and then the boarding the Europa League was, again, bold, right? And we spoke about this before with the very first home game in Europe, where it's said we were going to win your little game. And we all raised eyebrows at it a little bit. I think that was the first time that Glasner said that we need to remain humble. But when you look at a piece of work from the beginning to the end and all the displays that have existed, they took the talk and walked the walk the HF in the end and nailed it across the lot.
Yeah, fair play.
And we had the first half. I can't remember what I talked about at half time with you, Hesketh and Vanessa, but
same.
I vaguely remember talking about Tyrick Mitchell just missing on the stroke of half time.
Yeah. That rings a bell. I mean, first of all, what a fucking pass from Wharton that was, by the way. It's been discussed to death about him not going to the World Cup, but when you see him ping balls like that, you have to wonder just how much of a good egg Jordan Henderson is to have in the camp. But yeah, I read a few reports that said we were really nervy in the first half. I don't really remember us being super nervy. Certainly we were better in the second half, but I thought we were all right. And I think at the time we spoke, obviously at half time, Ty missing that chance, you just really, really didn't want us to rue that chance because chances have been a bit of a premium. But thankfully, we had nothing to worry about.
You know why he missed that header, don't you?
Go on.
Because as the ball was coming in, he looked around and he thought, fuck me, that banner's changed again.
Yeah, he did. He just turned his head on it a bit too quickly, didn't he?
Yeah, caught his eye. That massive flag of She-Ra sitting on that horse caught his eye.
Yeah, so I think it was bring it back to the neighbourhood or something. Bring her back to the neighbourhood or something was that what it said. But no, but it was. I think nervy's probably a bit about right in the first half. There was lots of like stray passes and things like that. But, you know, it was a regular Palace 11 with the exception, Albert, of Chaddy Riyad having to step in for Chris Richards, who just couldn't quite make the game for injury. But
yeah,
impressive performance from Chaddy.
Yeah, there was I think in the first half I felt he was sort of knocking it like really long, essentially up to no one, which isn't necessarily all his fault, but he was definitely going towards the big boot upfield, and Mateta wasn't there or somebody wasn't under it, and that I remember that irking me for a little bit. But again, just it was weird. Like to say we were nervy sounds harsh, but it was apt. But I think that the good thing is that whilst it was a little bit of blood and thunder and end to end in sort of inverted commas, there was no real sort of I don't remember feeling like we were under it or fucking hell, we're under pressure here, or it was just a little bit like no one could really keep hold of it for one reason or another, and that's probably just that's just the occasion and the significance of it to both clubs. They've never been in a final whatsoever. We're sort of used to it.
Of course. All right, so let's head over back to Leipzig and hear what myself, Hesketh, Vanessa, and then Mark, who stands a couple of rows in front of me at Selhurst, who just happened to be stood in the row behind us at the final. So let's see what we had to say to each other, and then we'll come back and discuss the second half.
So, Albert, I'm going to go and speak to Hesketh now, recorded. How does he look to you? Look down here, look. How does Hesketh look to you, John?
Negative. He looks at. He's gone a bit see-through.
He's gone a little bit see-through, right? I'm going to attempt to make my way down the road and speak to him.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, can I squeeze past? I need to speak to Hesketh because he looks like he's going to die.
He looks tired.
He looks see-through was the best description, I think. We'll see how he gets on. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. We need to speak to you, Hesketh, because you look like you're about to die.
Hi.
How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm still really nervous. I'm trying to get over. What's this bollocks? FYP!
Oh, boo!
Daniel Gilbert, you will pay for your crimes. I'm trying to get over Ty's miss just before half time there.
I mean, what a ball from Adam.
Unbelievable.
It's incredible.
So yeah, I'm very nervous. I think think we played all right. Need a bit of a cutting edge, but you know me. If it's still 0-0, I'm stressing out.
So further up the row, I saw you, and I said I've got to go and speak to Hesketh, but John Petrie described you as see-through.
What does that mean? White.
That's what you looked like.
I thought I had a nice tan. I'm stressed out, but I live on the precipice of breakdown most of my days. So
I love it. I don't know about you. How fucking amazing is this stadium?
It's great. It's great, man.
What a stadium.
I'm sort of saying before we got here, I was like, it feels like the stadium where, like, wherever you're sat, it's a good seat, or wherever you're stood. And it's true. It's great. It's really good.
Yeah, it just feels like, even like, you know, you saw Category 1, Category 2, Category 3, and all these range of tickets, just like, wherever you look around in here, it's like Wembley, but better.
Yeah.
You know, like, in a way, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, everything's brilliant.
Yeah, I agree. It's quality. And like, I really like Wembley, but yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
You might want to speak to my wife. She is looking quite glum too.
Right.
But she's a lot more positive than I am usually. So
let's try it. Vanessa.
Yeah.
Welcome to Winging It.
Hi.
The infamous Vanessa, so listeners will all know who you are. Wife of Sam Hesketh.
Yeah.
How are you getting on? How are you feeling?
I'm nervous as shit.
Of course, right? So we've all been down the end of the road just like marvelling over the stadium. It is pretty incredible, isn't it?
I mean, like, if I wasn't here right now, it wouldn't exist to me. So, like, yeah, it's unreal. Absolutely.
Yeah. And we were just discussing Morton's ball to Tyrone Mitchell. Almost there, but unlike your husband, I'm a glass half full man. Unlike the FA Cup, we now have the opportunity to score the winner in the goal in front of the Palace fans.
All right, yeah.
You think that might happen?
I mean, look, like, we have to score, right? That's the only way this is going to be taken home, is if we score.
Yeah.
Better on this side than theirs? Yeah, sure. But like with Ty's miss, like it's hard to fathom. It's hard to imagine it. It would have been bad because all of a sudden I think a Tyrone Mitchell goal would have become the Tyrone Mitchell Conference League with, like, he's got goals in some key games and so on. But look, I love Ty. I voted him player of the season because of, like, his contribution and consistency throughout the entire season. Like, obviously Sar's the winner because he scored all the goals, but, like, Ty has been like that engine that's been going without being noticed.
Yeah, I feel bad for Ty because there was no award for him. He didn't get anything. Like, Players Player of the Year, Player of the Year, Holmesdale Fanatics, whatever awards they gave out as well. It's just kind of like, man, Ty's had such a great season.
Amazing.
And in many seasons at Palace, it would have got him Player of the Year.
Yeah,
but it just didn't quite. And of course, Sar is, because he's done what he's done.
Absolutely.
And he's had arguably one of the great Palace seasons. But
I mean, you can't beat 20 goals. Like, that's what's gotten us here.
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, the engine from the back, that's been Ty. As many changes as there's been, it's been Ty. So, like, I gave that to him. And it's
so Jürgen Strand-Larsen's just in front of us, running around with the ball, clapping the away fans. Do you think he could have a role to play tonight?
If he could hold up a fucking ball, yeah. I would love, you know, it's one of those, we love to see it. He got goal of the season. It was an amazing goal. Do it again. Do it again. Let's bring it
100% do it again, because I think his goal against Shakhtar Donetsk is one of my favourite ever Palace goals.
Amazing, was it?
It was just beautiful. Unbelievable.
Beautiful.
And so weirdly, my sister just down the end of the row here is like, the Daichi Kamada goal in the same game for her is... just like, and it was just in that away end, it was just incredible that day. So,
yeah, no, absolutely.
But no, it's just a great evening, a great stadium. Everyone, like, you know, we're across rows and rows of people here where we know everyone, and it's an amazing experience.
It's one you will never forget. But let's do it again.
Let's just hope it ends with a trophy at the end.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, we can do it.
Let's go.
Hey.
What can you ask me about it?
I found the mic, it's fine. How you doing, brother? You alright?
I'm alright, I'm having a great time, man. How about you?
This is the fucking best.
This is the sort of modern ground that I normally don't think I'd like.
Yeah.
But you can't help but like it, even if it's against what you stand for.
Before talking to you, that's all we've talked about is how amazing this stadium is.
Yeah.
It's like, everything about it is like, it's kind of like a smaller Wembley.
Better than Wembley.
Yeah, but it's like, wherever you go, it's like there's no bad views, there's no bad experience. Like, the stewards aren't being dicks, you can get beer in all your seats.
And there's some Rayo fans that have been mingling in this side, and if we were West Ham, that wouldn't work well. But
no, it wouldn't work well. Well, it wouldn't have worked as well as us on the weekend either.
Are you feeling confident still?
I don't know, like, they haven't offered that much, and we've looked like we can carve them open. I mean, Ty at the end of the half there, very unlucky.
It wasn't an easy chance.
It wasn't easy, but it was a great ball. And
it's a good ball, but for a left back, I'd like to see JP do a bit more.
Yeah, we were talking about that just now. Strand Larson clapping in front of us is going to probably have a role to play.
He loves to kiss bums to the Palace fans, though. But JP, I just thought he'd be so hungry for it. I thought he'd be pressing him even more. I'd be absolutely buzzing for it. I love JP.
But it's always just a typical cup final, isn't it? It's like you always expect these games to be tight. 1-0 either way, he's probably going to win it.
But with that, like you said, they don't look like they can lay a glove on us. But one chance, one deflection is all it takes. Yeah. But that aside, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling like we're going to go do it.
Yeah, I do feel like number 7's a little bit like Ambrose type figure for them, in someone who just does it all for them back in the day. But
were you a bit worried when Cambo made that little mistake? He's capable of that occasionally.
Nah, it's like Cambo can. His mistakes cost us goals are over. Done. Things in the past. The teams are coming out.
I thought he got away with it a bit, but enjoy the second half. We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
We're fucking going to do it. Sorry.
No, we're going to do it. Swearing is absolutely fun.
I love you, dude.
I love you too, man.
There's a feeling a lot of homeowners share right now. Mortgage, always on time. Lots of equity. On paper, you're doing fine. But then the insurance bill lands. Property taxes, healthcare, childcare, tuition. The math just isn't mathing. Unlock wants to talk about the squeeze American homeowners are feeling and what you can do about it. Start at unlock.com/equity. Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc., NMLS 2657081.
Quick question. When was the last time a display ad changed your mind? Now think about the last time a friend told you about something they loved. Different feeling, right? That's how podcast advertising works. A host who's built real trust with their audience talks about your brand in their own words, in their own voice. It doesn't interrupt the experience. It's part of it. With Acast, you can access the world's largest podcast marketplace. Choose the right shows, the right audiences, the right format. Then watch the data tell you it worked. You're not buying impressions. You're buying influence. Learn more by visiting acast.com/advertise.
Agreed with everything you said, Hesketh. Absolutely.
Yeah. Shit. Full of shit. Especially that bit about me.
But obviously, second half gets off to an absolute flyer with Wharton just basically strolling half the length of the field, let him fly to a backdrop of the Palace fans screaming, shoot. And he does, lets fly the keeper. For me, I'm not sure he should really be parrying that shot to where he did, but Mateta reacted to put it in. And before we get into the celebrations and the goal and what it was like in the stands, the similarity between that and Shipley's winner in the playoff final in 2004 was so close to being...
Just stay clear of white vans, JP.
Yeah.
Let's hope the similarities in there.
Yeah, well...
And remember...
I do remember Neil Shipley really athletically kicking the corner flag after he scored as well. No.
Euphemism?
No. But obviously the goal, it goes in, and I mean, again, salty fans on social media saying that those are shit limbs for a European final goal.
I mean,
I've about 15 minutes after he scored, I turned to whoever was next to me and was like, did he kick the corner flag when he scored? Because I was just so lost in a mess of bodies. I had no idea what happened. And he sort of run to the other corner. We were more towards the other corner flag behind the goal. And he's obviously just run off that way to do it. But I just, it's like, no idea that he did, whether he did it or not.
Were you worried that he'd seen the video of you doing it on your lap of honour around the pitch? He was like, you know what, I've been bossed out here.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't want to... I feel like that's why him and Combo got some extra height on it, because they wanted to really show me up. But no, like, just incredible celebrations, and bodies everywhere, people hugging strangers everywhere, some tears. The lot, everything was going on, and it ends with his celebration albert, which is being classed now. Everyone's like, is this the most iconic celebration there is in football at the moment? The coldest celebration, the hardest celebration, all this, but all of them running to the corner flag with just pure joy on their face and replicating his kick was something to behold, and something that has gone viral across the internet.
Yeah, it's again, there's so many things that just from where we were sitting, and like you say, the bodies everywhere, and maybe 16 pints of Paulana. There's just so many things that you just weren't privy to until the next day, very later in the next day, when you're seeing them on social media and clips and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, that image of all the players running towards the corner flag, around JP is amazing. And it's just fantastic. Or fantastique, I guess I should say.
Fantastique. And Hesketh, it's the full redemption story from where we were in January to where we are now, the perfect arc.
You owe him an apology.
Me? I get out. It was great. It was great. I think the one thing that everyone really wanted after his move to Milan didn't happen was for him to just sort of knuckle down and just have a good end of season rather than get the hump and sulk for the remainder of the season. And he hasn't done that, which is great. He seemed very, as the season went on, and you could tell he was getting more back into fitness and being, a bigger part of the games when he started, or making a difference when he came on. And you could see by his celebration for the goal, but also when he was on the bench, you could, there's these clips of him sort of dancing around, and then obviously the GoPro footage, which finally dropped today, day of recording. He's just such he's obviously so charismatic, but he's obviously such a great guy to have around. Everyone seems to love him. He lifts everyone's spirits. And I think, at the beginning of January, if you'd have said that this is what the end of the season was going to be like with him, and probably Glasner too, I don't know if everyone would have believed it. So, I think it was the ultimate redemption arc.
Yeah, really, really super happy for him. And like, talking of the Milan move, I did see an AC Milan fan tweet saying that's Mateta's 7th goal since Milan decided they didn't want to sign him because his knee didn't work, which is more goals than all their strikers combined for all season long. So
all season long, not since January. Jesus,
not since January. No, they got Nkunku, Füllkrug, who came on loan from West Ham, and Jimenez, who got injured, I think. And between them, not even got to 7 goals.
Wow.
Yeah. Which I believe pretty much at time of recording, it looks like Oliver Glasner's going to sort out over the course of next season. So,
oh really?
Well, he's the name that seems to be in the front running at the moment. There, they've had a big clear out. So, Yeah, we'll see. That will be a fun final if we met Milan in the Europa League final at the end of it. Up against Glasner and Mateta. And then from that point on, there's a 5-minute period where we should probably put the game to bed. And it starts, Hesketh, with Pino hitting both posts from an incredible free kick, which pretty much cements him in your mind as the unluckiest player ever to play for Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I mean, poor guy. I think if he'd have tried to do that in training, hit the inside of both posts, he wouldn't have been able to do it. But it was a great free kick, and I think at that point, and a little bit after, where again Pino sets up JP and the keeper makes a decent save. The volume level at that point in the stands from where we were was absolutely unreal. Like, it was, even when you were in it, watching the game, you were realising just how loud it was and just what a good atmosphere it was. Really unlucky with the free kick. I think Pino's got better and better as the season's gone on. I think he's going to have a really good year next year, but he just needs that bit of luck to go his way. You know, I think he was unlucky with the goal against Shakhtar, where you know, extremely marginal offside. He's had a few bits and bobs here and there, but it was a brilliant free kick.
Against Arsenal.
Yep, there you go, the one against Arsenal. It was a brilliant free kick, and I think if we'd have gone 2-0, it would have been deserved, and he would have deserved a goal. But who knows? We could have really gone on and scored 2 or 3 more there. Unlucky, but thankfully he came out on the wrong side, on the right side, and I reckon he's going to have a good season next season.
Yeah, and as you say, he does. He gets away again down the left, a brilliant pass on Wharton yet again to release him. And he does everything right, puts it on a plate for Mateta, and you said a decent save from the keeper. I mean, it was an exceptional save from the keeper because, you know, Mateta sweeps those home most of the time, and there he was, blocked it out, and it just came wide of the post. And, and then, you know, you kind of worry a little bit at the time. We've had some really good chances there to kill it, and we haven't killed it. Are we going to face a bit of an onslaught? But between basically then and the end of the game, Albert, did you feel any sort of worry or stress that we're going to get back in it?
I didn't feel any. I wasn't consciously worried, but I did go into a very sort of solitary half an hour of just chewing my fingers. And just staring at the pitch and not necessarily concentrating on what was going on. But again, before the game, you know, people are like, "Are you confident?" And it's like, no, confident isn't the word I'd use, but I'd use the word like comfortable is what I was like. I know we're not going to get, you know, we're not going to get bossed around by this side. You know, they might beat us, but you know, we'll be fine in the display that we put on, and you know, that was no real different. After we scored and for the last sort of half an hour of the game, like again, it was very blood and thunder. I mean, very challenges flying in, and all the sort of cynical dark art stuff started coming out. But again, it wasn't like we were sort of camped in our own half and getting back. You know, it wasn't like the City final. You know, it wasn't like the FA Cup final. But you can't help but, you know, or I can't help but stand there and be like, oh fucking hell. And hopefully we see it out, which we did. I mean, like I say, the free kick's desperately unlucky. There was a break where Ty Mitchell was bearing down on the goalkeeper, and it was like shoot. And the goalkeeper was a bit weird. He seemed to move away from his near post and really open the goal up. I guess because he was anticipating a cross. And it was like, fuck, that's an open goal. Just fucking roll it in. And then I think that sort of threw Ty off. And did someone get a block in the end? I can't remember. Yeah. But like I say, I haven't watched it back yet. I'm sort of trying to save it.
To be fair, we miss open goals in Europe all the time.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. But no, I was worried, but not because of what I was seeing. That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was we played 15 games in the Conference League this season and hit the woodwork 15 times.
Wow.
And it was clear watching Palace put a video up of highlights from all of our games together. It's like an hour, I think it's 54-minute long video on YouTube.
Get on a DVD, for fuck's sake.
And I watched it back with Alice the other morning, and it was like, it just felt like we were constantly hitting the woodwork.
Yes.
It's just like a joke. Like, how is this? The ball's not going in, and you know, we could have probably won that tournament a bit more comfortably, but alas, we won it. The full-time whistle goes. We're champions of Europe. Evan Gesam becomes the first player in history to win 2 European trophies in the same season. Which is mad with football, isn't it? That there's still records to be broken after all the years that the game's been going. New records can still happen. Firsts can still happen. And I mean, it was just joyous scenes at full time. It was a bit different to the FA Cup final. It wasn't, you know, we're a bit more old hat here now. It wasn't like it was like waves of tears from every single person around. There was obviously still people crying and stuff like that, but it was just something, it felt like you could celebrate it in a more traditional sense of just like going fucking bananas and just hugging everyone and jumping around. And it was just, yeah, brilliant. Although my sister was in floods of tears next to me.
Yeah, agreed. I think that the FA Cup was the one where probably none of us ever thought we'd ever win anything. So it was just like the release of, oh my God, we've finally done it, as we've discussed at length last year. This one, I was crying a bit, to be fair, but I was smiling a lot through it. Like the FA Cup, I just kind of collapsed a bit. But this one was like, with smiling, it's just like, it's a bonus because that sort of makes it sound a little less important, but you know, it's just like, it's funny that Palace have won a European Cup when you look back on it. And like you say, it was more like, well, we can enjoy this because we've won our big one, which was the first one ever, which was the FA Cup, and this is just like, fucking hell, we're about to win a European trophy. So yeah, I mean, it was like you say, it was just a lot of hugging everyone around us and more joyous, yeah, because it was less of a relief that we finally done it, and more of a like, fucking hell, we've done it. No less enjoyable, obviously, but yeah, a bit different.
Yeah, I did get a message from a friend of the pod, Tom Fansett, who was just like, a big shout out to your sister who saw me just on the floor sobbing and came over to give me a hug and just like pick me up and let me get into like celebrating, which was very nice to hear. But yeah, just incredible scenes. And again, you know, there's so much stuff going on the pitch as well, like, you know, that you're not privy to at the time because you're not really paying full attention. You're chatting to everyone around you. You're celebrating with everyone. But then all the videos that have since followed have all but cemented Dean Henderson as an absolute legend and hero in my mind that is going to take some topping.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, just gets it.
Absolutely gets it. We didn't get the cap lift and doffing. Yeah, that's my only note for Dean Henderson. But
we did get JD Convo in a pair of shades and a cap resting just on top of his hair, though. So
there you go.
Swings and roundabouts.
It works itself out in the end.
It does, but for Hendo to walk over,
he's bored of talking about winning trophies.
Oh, it's so boring. It's old
yeah. Oh, another trophy. Okay, now.
I've been out on the piss at the cricket all day, and it's 11:05. All right, little yawn crept in. But for him to walk over to the Palace fans and immediately demand the silence because he's going to start a song, and yet again, just everyone just, you know, absolutely, and walking over because he's doing a new song this time. So he's like, you can hear him go, listen, listen. So you get this little clip here. Listen, listen. I mean, of all the songs he could have picked, and we're all accustomed to him doing the Zamanamana, and he's done Jeremy Pino a few times as well and stuck that in. But to pick that song is, he knows full well what he's doing. And then later on, when you've got that clip of him just on the bed with all 3 trophies, he's just there, bright and just what a legend.
Yeah.
Just when I thought I couldn't love him anymore. Absolutely brilliant. We did get another clip after the game as well, which is Albert's favourite. Brendan Johnson, everyone.
Not here to throw shade. Not here to throw shade on the momentous night. That is horrendous.
Yeah, but any other standout moments in the celebrations from you guys that you've enjoyed?
I liked. Initially I liked Glasner's swan dive, Klinsmann, through the players, but that was soon topped by his quite literal bowing out over the cup. That was a moment.
If you watch back his run to the slide that he does, if I was watching that not as a Palace fan and wasn't in the stadium, I would swear that's AI generated. How he runs, how he pumps his arms and everything just looks so over-exaggerated. It's just like, that's not real. Didn't do that.
Yeah, that was good. I liked whose children was it who was lifting up another child? Like it was
Steve Parish's.
Steve Parish's kid. Yeah, that was good.
I think it might have been Steve Parish with maybe Will Hughes' kid, maybe?
No, Will Hughes has got 2 kids that you definitely know are Will Hughes' kids. That's all I'll say. Because I noticed them at the Arsenal, the Sellers. Not in the celebrations, but I also quite like the clip of Will Hughes greeting Joel Ward with a slap around the head. Yeah, that was quite good.
Yeah, Joel Ward, if he doesn't get a new contract at a club next season, absolutely buzzing that Palace are still in Europe so he can get some more work on the TV.
Yeah. He could be our Jordan Henderson. He could just come along because he's a good egg.
Yeah, no, but yeah, just so much to love. There's even brilliant clips where obviously the GoPro gets abandoned in the change room at some point, and then Pino just finds it on the top of the lockers. Just like, oh, hello. Brilliant.
The fight outside on the steps, that was good. That was 2 Palace fans having a fight. That was a good way to celebrate.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I missed that.
A guy that was probably taller than me, fucking built more than me, and then someone who was half my size, but obviously had a few too many sherbets, who had the scrappy do, let me at him, then got put on his back once, lost his glasses, but did he let that deter him? No, he fucking didn't, and kept going back for more. It was like that. Stop, he's already dead.
God.
Everybody else was too tired to do anything about it. It's like, come on, fuck's sake.
Fuck's sake, come on, lads. That's a shame to hear.
That's a shame. Never mind.
Yeah, no, I had a good walk back to town where everybody was. I don't know if you guys got to the stripper bar. I kind of just lost everyone, and then eventually somehow just found everyone without taking any phone calls or anything like that. I just walked into everyone and found them, so that was good. But yeah, bumped into a few people for who I did the bike ride with as well, which was really nice. And yeah, brilliant times, and hopefully not the end, because we're in the Europa League. About same time next year in Germany.
Yeah.
Again.
Well,
Frankfurt for the final.
We've all had the practice.
Any names in the Europa League that you want, home or away?
There actually is. I was talking to my mum today, who lives in a very small village in France. I'm talking like 400 people max. And someone that grew up in her village now plays for Rennes. He's their starting centre-back. So I want Rennes because I vaguely remember him when he was a kid. And now he's like a fully grown adult professional footballer called Anthony Rouault. So Rennes is my one. I know that's a bit of like everyone wants Juventus or whatever. I want Rennes.
Yeah.
Sunderland.
We can't play English teams in the group stages, can we?
No.
So can't face them.
Sure, you wait for the
knockouts. And who's the other? Is it Bournemouth? Is the other team in the Europa?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I want AC Milan at Selhurst.
Oh,
because I just want to see what I do to Sergio. We were like, what are you going to do? And he was like, support whoever's at home. He's like, I don't really know what to do. I'll support who's at home. Yeah, combust in some way. And I want Juve away.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll take Juve away.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't think anyone would argue with that, would they?
Or I would also take, is it whatever that Portuguese team is from the second division who won the cup against Sporting?
Terence or whatever they're called.
Terence, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, ballsed up promotion, didn't they? So they didn't win the playoff. So they're still in the second division.
Who else have we got? We've got NEC Nijmegen.
Have we?
Yeah, Dutch.
Yeah. We've got the Lincoln Red Imps.
The Lincoln Red Imps. But these are qualifiers, are they not?
Yeah, you got to find the ones who are actually confirmed at the moment.
The people who are definitely qualified.
Says here they're in pot 4. Thank you very much.
For this season or next season, my friend?
This season, the one that we're in.
Because at the moment,
this is the seeded clubs.
There we go. So as of the 28th of May, 13 teams are qualified. Bournemouth, Palace, Sunderland, Milan, Juve, Sociedad, Celta Vigo, Hoffenheim, Leverkusen, Marseille, Rennes, Alkmaar, Terence.
Nice.
I mean, I'll take Alkmaar again because we know we can duff them up. Alkmaar away this time, that'll do.
Take that.
Although they're in pot 1 as well, maybe, I think. So
they are in pot 1.
Yeah. If we qualify for Europe again, we'll start having some pretty decent coefficient points behind us, so then we can get up into pots 1 and 2.
If we'd have had a conversation a year and a half ago saying on episode 111 we'd be talking about how good our European coefficients are.
What would you have said?
I'd have said put down the milk stout.
I'd have said I'm cancelling our subscription to Zencaster and winging it is over. We're not record. I can't record anymore if this is where you're going to take us.
You have wung it too far.
Yeah, but brilliant. Europa League it is. Do it all again next season, lads.
Fuck yes.
And we did say we ended pod 75, which was your 2025 FA Cup winners podcast. Mm-hmm. With me saying, I'm looking at the names on the list and I don't see any reason why we can't win it. Of course, I was talking about the Europa League at that point. But now I'm talking about the Europa League again. And I'm looking at the names on that list. I don't see any reason why we can't win it. Juve aren't what they were. AC Milan aren't what they were. All of the big names on that list are in the Europa League because they are not what they once were.
You just wait until we announce Steve Cooper as a new manager and we'll go from there.
Steve Cooper. I mean, Sean Dyche is still a name that's knocking around.
Fucking hell.
I mean, I think he beat Porto 3-0 with Forest, didn't he? So why not?
Right, can we stop now?
Time for bed.
Time for bed, indeed.
On a high.
Well, it's, again, going to be an incredible month for Palace now in terms of what Steve Parish and the rest of the gang have to do to get the right manager over the line who can like, kick us on again, go to the next level. I mean, it's an impossible appointment. I feel for him after getting Glasner so right. It's going to be really, really tough, and it's going to be hard to keep everyone happy. But we're going to have to see what he ends up coming out with, and hopefully it will be someone who can, just pick up what Glasner's left behind and carry on and run with it. Considering we've got Adam Wharton's mum out in Leipzig starting songs that is one more year, Adam Wharton, might suggest that we're going to get one more year out of Adam Wharton.
Did you do everything your mum told you?
I feel like she has a very big say, to be honest. So it seems like a weird song. You can sing any song, and your choice of song to start is one more year, Adam Wharton. That would be a bit dickish to do if you didn't think that he was going to stay for one more year.
Hope you're right.
Keep Daichi Kamada.
Oh, please. I don't think we will. Just don't appoint Frank Lampard. That's going to be my final word.
We'll see. But anyway, I think we're going to have maybe a couple more pods before we break off from the summer. It might be sporadic, might be across a period of time, but we're going to try and squeeze a couple more in.
Episode 112, the Sean Dyche reveal.
And, well, based on the conversation earlier, hopefully it'll be a Terry Byfield one at some point as well. So unless we line it up for 150.
That's the dream.
He's a busy man. We've got to put it down to him.
Yeah. And, I mean, if we're not filming it, recording it in the CCTV room at Selhurst, I don't know what we're doing with our lives.
With tiny microphones, obviously.
But no, so we will do a couple more, but we'll, thanks to everyone that's listened throughout the season. Another successful season for Crystal Palace that ends with a trophy. What a time to be alive.
Mad.
And really appreciate everyone who came over and said lovely stuff to us in Leipzig. And we'll no plans to go anywhere. We're back next season, aren't we?
Yeah.
Now's not the time. Oh, of course.
Of course.
Just hang around after we hang up. Just hang around for a few minutes.
But yeah, no, brilliant. Thanks to everyone for listening. Thanks, guys, for another great season under our belt.
Godspeed.
Thanks to everyone who's contributed over the season, particularly to Carl, who we haven't had on for a while, actually, but early up next season, transfer window one's approaching. Carl will be on to give us all the latest. But thanks to everyone who's contributed. Thanks to everyone who's listened. Thanks to the boys. And until next time, up the Palace.
There's a feeling a lot of homeowners share right now. Mortgage, always on time. Lots of equity. On paper, you're doing fine. But then the insurance bill lands. Property taxes, healthcare, childcare, tuition. The math just isn't mathing. Unlock wants to talk about the squeeze American homeowners are feeling and what you can do about it. Start at unlock.com/equity. Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc., NMLS 2657081.
Spring weekends are all about family, sunshine, and enjoying the season together. Before everyone arrives, I stop by my local Total Wine & More to grab a great bottle. Maybe a favorite we already know and love, or something new to try with the meal. With so many bottles to choose from, it's easy to discover something amazing. And the lowest prices make it easy to grab an extra bottle for everyone. Find what you love and love what you find, only at Total Wine & More. Curbside pickup and delivery available in most areas. Visit TotalWine.com to learn more. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
You've got social dialed in. Search is doing its thing. So why do your marketing results look the same as 6 months ago? That's because you're fishing in the same pond as everyone else. Podcast listeners are a different audience entirely. More engaged, harder to reach through traditional channels, and ready to act when someone they trust makes a recommendation. We're Acast, and we put them right in front of you. Browse thousands of the world's leading podcasts Book host reads or run your own ads, and track every conversion in real time. Same skills you already have, brand new results. Acast. Acast.com/advertise.